Hi everyone, thank you for joining. This is my Nurse Practitioner Immersion Skills Weekend video at the Q Center in Chicago, Illinois. So Friday was arrival day, day zero. This is the day I traveled out to Chicago. This is me on my way to Hartsfield-Jackson Airport in Atlanta, and traffic was okay for a Friday morning, which was nice. This is me arriving at the terminal. And one of the changes I noticed at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport is you get to keep your shoes on now when you go through the TSA search, and they have search dogs that sniff your luggage going back and forth. So that was pretty nice that we got to keep our shoes on at least. This is one of my boarding passes. I did have to take a quick connector flight to Nashville first, and then I arrived in Chicago at 1:00 p.m. Things that talk about dreams and ideas inspire me. So this is the napkin I received on the Southwest airplane. It says the best ideas are born on napkins. What's yours? And so it did get me to thinking, and I was able to come up with a couple of great ideas for my business. I thought it was pretty neat. And so I got a view from the airplane. One of the things I noticed about Chicago is that the terrain is very flat. And this is me about to land. I did get a chance to take a quick nap while I was on the plane, which was nice. And I was so happy that the weather was beautiful. I was expecting that it might be a little bit cold in Chicago, but it was a sunny 63 degrees when I arrived. And this is me arriving at Chicago O'Hare International Airport. I was so happy that the airport was clean. It was nice and quiet. The people were nice. I had a really great experience. And my school, Chamberlain University, did have transportation arranged if any of the students wanted to use this company, which I did. And I was able to meet a couple of other students on the way to the Q Center, which is where our event was held. This is me walking to the tunnel that takes me to my room, and I was trying to get some footage of the outdoors. The landscape there is very beautiful. I didn't get a chance to spend time outdoors because we had a lot of skills to cover, but that was okay. At least walking back and forth to the classes and things, we were able to see outside. Some people did go outside, just not me. And this is me about to get on the elevator. I was on the second floor. This is me getting off the elevator, just kind of taking you with me, a play-by-play, I guess. And me arriving on the second floor. My room was all the way down at the very end of two very long hallways. So this is me just walking. And finally, I arrived at my room, which I was ready to get in there, room 252 in building A. They did have different buildings where other students were housed, but I was in this room. So this is me going in for the first time. Very small room, kind of like a hallway, so to speak, but it was just me. So the room was small, but it was enough for just me, and definitely for the purpose that I was there. I did have one issue. So one of the things I do when I arrive at a hotel or anywhere, I immediately take the covers off. I inspect the bed, and I just did discover that the padding that was on the bed was a little bit soiled. So the housekeeping did arrive and change the whole bed. I sprayed everything down with Lysol. Another thing was the rooms were extremely cold during the day. They told us that they had one system and they keep the air on all day long, and they turn the heat on around 10 o'clock at night. So it was a little bit cold. This is an old thermostat as well. I got a kick out of that. This is the meal I had. I didn't get footage initially going down to the dining hall, but I did get a chance to record later. And I had vegetarian lasagna, which is on this plate along with the salad. And I tried that bubbly drink for the first time. It was pretty good. Saturday was day one of our Immersion Skills Weekend. I did have to show you another clip of my bed. I had no problem sleeping once they changed out the linens. And I know how it is when you have lots of people in and out of an establishment. Of course, there are going to be some hiccups, but the bed was really comfortable, surprisingly. This is the next morning in the dining hall. We didn't have to touch our dishes at all. They came to remove our trays and everything from the table. The staff was so nice, and they treated us like royalty while we were there, so I thought that was nice. And they had tons of vegetarian options, which I'm a vegetarian, not vegan, but I don't eat meat or fish or any of that, so I was so happy they had lots of options. And this is what it looks like when you're walking down the stairs into the dining hall. It was huge. There were students from all over, from all of the nurse practitioner programs that Chamberlain offers. So you had your psych NPs, your family nurse practitioners, your adult gerontology nurse practitioners, and this is me walking like 100 miles per hour to get to the first day of skills because everything was so far apart. Like my room was on the other side of the place, so I got some steps in this weekend, which I'm happy about. I got lots of exercise, but boy, was I tired at the end of it all. So it was like a mile walk from my room to the halls or the auditoriums where they did all of the skills. And this is me just recording me walking in, trying not to get anybody's faces in the camera. And this is one of the rooms where we did skills. So that first day we did EKG and cardiology. We did gynecology. We learned how to do pap smears and prostate exams and skin assessment. So it was a full day of just learning, which was awesome. I didn't get a whole lot of footage that first day, but I just wanted to show you one of the slides from the EKG section and just have a chance to talk while this slide is up. It's not really showing you a whole lot, but I did meet lots of cool people from other states and other programs that are in this class at the same time. So we exchanged numbers and set up a couple of study groups, which was awesome. Sunday was day 2. This was our live suturing course. And this is the suturing kit that we all picked up while at the event. A company called Skills on Point. They offer live and virtual suturing classes. So some people opted to go home and do the virtual class, but I wanted to be in person. I just have a better experience when I'm in person and able to learn and do a hands-on kind of thing with a live instructor and other people interacting as well. So inside the suturing kit, there are all the tools that you need to practice and learn how to suture, because apparently that is a skill that a lot of nurse practitioners often utilize, especially in the urgent care setting. So there were several packs of sutures, and then we could also order supplies from this company going forward. You have all of your scissors and your pickups and everything that you need. And they gave us material as well to follow along with the instructor who was live in the class, but also had this big screen for us to watch what he was doing, which was awesome. And I learned how to do some cross stitching and all of that. So overall, the NP Immersion Skills Weekend was a huge success. This is me arriving back home. I just kind of wanted to show you what I had in my suitcase, which was not a lot, mostly makeup, which I rarely wore that weekend, and just a couple of changes of clothing. We had to dress professionally. But anyway, I decided to take a couple of months off to enjoy the holidays. NR509, the Advanced Physical Assessment class, has been my most challenging thus far. My average in the class was 85.75%, which is a B minus according to Chamberlain's grading scale. My 4.0 GPA decreased to 3.84, and I'll share more about that later. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful in any way, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.